The coconut export industry in Sri Lanka has grown from $150 million 20 years ago to $850 million in 2024. But this has happened on the back end of a harvest that has barely changed. The coconut harvest in Sri Lanka has stayed around 2.6 billion coconuts per year, give or take 30% for the last 20 years. So this poses the question, how has the industry grown by 5 times with a harvest that has barely changed even 30%? This phenomenon has happened due to 6 big reasons. Number 1, the price per kg for most exported coconut products ranging from cocoa peat, activated carbon, coconut oil, coconut milk, and even coconut milk powder has grown in value per kg basis versus 20 years ago. If you look at virgin coconut oil, it has gone from $0.89 per kg to $3.3 per kg. Activated carbon, on the other hand, has gone from $1 per kg to $2.50 per kg over the 20-year period. Point number 2, there's been newer byproducts that's been further value added and exported to the world that was not being done 20 years ago. For example, coconut water by the industry was purely being thrown away, as opposed to now is processed and exported around the world as a beverage. Another example is coconut flour. So oil cake, which predominantly was given to cattle feed 20 years ago, is now processed into coconut flour for baking purposes. Point number 3, 20 years ago, there's a lot of coconuts that was being exported in raw format, just the coconut itself with the husk. But now if you look at the numbers, that has nearly halved, as much of the coconuts that were exported in raw form is now being value added in Sri Lanka. Point number 4, oil imports such as palm oil, sunflower oil, and RBD oil has quintupled in the last 20 years versus the 20 years prior. This has reduced the need to operate local oil millers, saving valuable coconuts for the export industry. Newer innovations within the coconut industry has increased opportunity for value addition. If you look 50 years ago, much of the coconut industry catered to the desiccated coconut global demand. But if you look at the industry now, it has gone up the ladder. It is doing flavored coconut milk drinks and even producing coconut ice cream. Last but not least, the coconut processing industry has found remarkable ways to improve their productivity over the years. For example, deshellers who used to deshell 2,000 coconuts a day by hand is now deshelling nearly 5,000 coconuts a day using semi-automated machines, and thus improving productivity nearly 2 times. So what does this all say about the future of the industry? On the positive end, the future is very bright for those who scale efficiently and or innovate. On the flip side, this means that larger players will become bigger whilst the smaller players will find it difficult to survive.